Hi, my name is Daniela Beltran and my partner is Lena Maya. Our work is machine learning for classification of members of Colombian Congress according to their number of judicial processes. Corruption is one of the most important problem of Colombia because of, according to the Corruption Perception Index, Colombia is ranked 22 out of 180 countries worldwide, and also around 63% of Colombians consider that the Congress is the most corrupt entity in the government. Based on this, the aim of this work is to train a machine learning model that provides us indications of the transparency of the candidates based on political trajectory, business, partners, biography, connections, and heritage of current members of Congress. This transparency will be measured by the number of judicial processes in which a member of Congress has been involved. In this way, the train model could be applied to new candidates for Congress in the upcoming elections of 2022.
So, in first place, the data that we use to the analysis was extracted via web scraping from a site called Cuestión Pública, which gather information from all the current members of the Congress. In that way, we could extract information such as the name, the heritage, the number of votes, and so forth. But also, there was some information that was not ready to use, such as the network of the senator. So, using graph theory, we calculate some metrics of centrality. And finally, we have also textual information that contain the biography, family business, partners, or contracts. Combining all this data, we could extract information for all the 75 members of the Congress and around 10 numerical variables plus the text information that was used later in the classification task.
Using this information, we did a descriptive analysis. First, we analyze the target variable, which is the number of judicial processes, which initially was numerical. Given that our task is classification, we group this variable into three categories: 0, 1, and 2 or more processes. After that, we want to know if there was an interesting relationship between numerical variables. For the reason, we did a correlation matrix. Here we could see that if a member of Congress has a high degree, also has a high number of judicial processes. After that, we analyzed the description of judicial processes. We found that the most common are those that request the loss of investiture and the nullity of the election Congress members, in addition to some for conflict of interest, prevaricate, and togas cartel. As a complement of this analysis, we group the senator into 4 clusters using k-means. We get, for instance, that in the first cluster, the members are the members of Congress who have been sued to annul their election due to irregularities in the counting of votes, or because some have been involved in case of corruption due to contracts in school. After this, we designed an experimental setup because we wanted to get the best model. So we adjusted 8 models like SVM, multinomial regression, random forest, decision tree, and rich regression. All those models were adjusted with 5 different data sets. The first was numerical and categorical variables. The second type of data sets has text variables with and without entity name recognition. And then we group these 2 types of data sets and we adjust the models again. And finally, we select the two models that has the best performance when were adjusted individually. And then we adjust the logistic regression like an ensemble model. All of these models were trained and validated with 80% of the whole data and were tested with 20%. We use cross-validation with 10 folds, and as our data our target variable was unbalanced, we use F1 score like a metric to get the best model, and we use weights proportional to the class or to the frequency of each class.
So taking that into account, we obtain different results for all the combinations. So for example, for the individual models, we got that the configuration that had the better performance was the models that use the non-entity recognition information, and as a consequence, when we combine the numerical and categorical variable with those text variables, we also have really good results. And finally, when we for the ensemble model that use the best individual models, we got results as good as the individual models. So in general, we can see that overall the models have, there is no model that has a better performance. So it is important to adjust different types of models with different types of parameters. And also, one of the issues that we had, it was that the unbalanced data. So using weights and cross-validation to overcome this problem was successful. And in relation with the context of the problem, we can see that the most valuable and useful information was the non-entity data that had or that contained information of the biography, political trajectory, and so forth. So that's it. Thank you.